found this back here too that he's got. I'll just go ahead and hang himself with it right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
My mom hates it, man. My mom's
sure.
like, she's always like,
I mean, I hate it, but it's okay.
I don't mind. Yeah, that's fine.
I hate his too. I keep trying to get him to cut it off.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. I can't live without the mustache, man. Like I don't care how much of a pedophile I look like. I can't live without the mustache, man. Yeah, we're gonna go see live, like small people wrestling. I guess that's the proper way to say it. Yeah. I didn't know.
Mob-sized people.
Yeah. Good, fun-sized people. Oh, I think that's worse actually, but I don't know.
Tell me your name and tell me where you're from.
My name is Jose Estrada. I'm from Houston, Texas. I live in San Marcos. I'm a local ceramicist in San Marcos too. So.
Rock and roll. What brings you to the barbershop today?
You know, I've had it long for such a long time. You know, I have my rat tail. You know, I've had it super long, and now like I just want to look fresh. Every time I go to a barbershop, it's like rather they don't know how to mess around with my hair because it's like really thick and coarse, and so they don't know how to like cut it. Now I kind of want something different, you know, something to kind of like match with my rat tail, something kind of like flow with it. We'll see.
So you're sticking with the rat tail?
Oh yeah, 100%. This is gonna grow all the way, bro. I'm gonna be dragging it on the floor, bro.
I got Jose here today, and we're gonna be doing a haircut on him. What can I do for you today? What were you thinking of doing to your hair?
I think a mullet. I think it's you know, a nice fade of a mullet and kind of accentuating that rat tail, you know.
Sick. Have you done a mullet before in the past?
No,
your
I've
first
not.
one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So,
and then I know you said you're interested in kind of growing your hair out on top as well.
Yeah.
Is there like a vision that you see for the top? Like, what are you trying to go for up there?
I'm trying to go for just like a little bit of shaggy, you know, look to it. So a little bit more with like kind of like I can just like style it and walk, you know, wake up and be fine. You know, I don't have to do too much with it. You know?
Just kind of some texture in it, just kind of just like mess it up.
Yeah.
Do you throw it to a dominant side as far as your
I
left
do
or
not
right or
know.
anything?
I do not know.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure so I can like shape it in the direction that you want to grow. But this is just kind of one of those things of like get up and go, like low maintenance. Like
That's what
I'd say, you're almost to that point on top. Like, you know, I would say another inch longer, and then like you would need a little bit more styling on it. But right now, I'd say like it's a really good length to kind of get into and maintain a little bit. But if I see any like, you know, unevenness or anything like that, I may just trim up a bit and just get a little bit of more movement and texture in here.
Cool.
And then we found this back here too that he's got. I'll just go ahead and hang himself with it right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
Just pull it out, you know. My mom hates it, man. My mom's like, she's always like,
I mean, I hate it, but it's okay.
I don't mind. Yeah, that's fine.
I hate his too. I keep trying to get him to cut it off.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
And then he also stated that he's got a little bit of growth, as you can tell, that's like disconnected from the rat tail. So if anything, I'm just gonna kind of just go through there and just like even that out. So it just kind of lays a little bit more flush, and this kind of bothers him if like the wind blows it out and it's like poking out from behind his neck and stuff like that. So we'll clean that, especially with the neckline and everything. But mullet's nothing too hard. We'll just take it like right behind the ear right there, kind of blend everything else in. And you want to do like a half on the side, you said?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm happy to be giving you your first mullet.
Appreciate it, man.
Make it look cool.
Honestly, my first good haircut, so yeah, it's pretty big, man.
And what do you do for work?
I'm a local pottery.
Okay.
I make local ceramics for San Marcos and Austin folks. So if like somebody moves in a house and they want like a whole set of pottery, I do smoke shops as well. So been doing that for about 3 years now.
Okay.
And
what got you into that?
I went to school in Texas State for printmaking, so I was doing like banners, T-shirts, posters, anything that has to do with graphic design on any vinyl or like this right here or anything like that. I graduated for printmaking, but honestly hopped on the wheel, you know, and in school, and I just fell in love with it. And when I graduated, it was like, do I want to do printmaking or ceramics, you know? So I just kind of just dug in with ceramics, and now I'm, you know, it's growing, and I'm really happy about it. So.
And do you still think about graphic design and stuff like that?
You know, I'm actually gonna change my brand pretty soon. So instead of just being stuck to ceramics, it's gonna be like both like graphics and ceramics at the same time. So I'm not just like embedded in that myself, like all I can do is ceramics.
Yeah.
So
I got a bunch of friends of mine that are in graphic design.
Yeah.
I know right now, just like, how do you feel like with the state of AI and stuff like that?
Honestly, it's amazing. I love it. Honestly, like the quality, just how amazing, how realistic they can get. It blows my mind. Like I can never do anything, but at the same time, those AIs will never have the same aesthetic as I do.
No, for
like,
sure.
They'll never have the same like style and the same like mind that my hands will ever create on a piece of paper.
I agree
Like
with
you
that.
know, like no AI could steal that from me, and that's all I care about. You know, as long as I have my style and it's out there, that's all. You know, AIs can do whatever. You know.
Good friend of mine. I mean, he's my tattoo artist, but he does all my tattoos and stuff like that. And he makes a lot of like, you know, he does like graphic design as well, and makes a lot of his own merch and stuff. And it's always cool to like, you know, go see him, and he kind of like shares his ideas with me of like, he's like, what do you think about this and this? And it's just cool to see all the, you know, creativity that goes into things like that.
I agree.
Bob was a graphic designer also.
Not a very good one.
But now he cuts hair with me.
I use my graphic design skills to
Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, at Texas State, man, like I don't know if you've ever seen like people screen print on shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit more like more technical, more hands-on than just drawing on an iPad and throwing it on the screen and, you know, printing it. It's they taught you everything, like from literally from the basics of like where printmaking came from. So there's so many ways of printmaking. There's not just like, you know, a screen print and stuff like that. So
screen prints, totes, shit like that. Yeah, there's so much more that goes into it.
Way more, man. There's so much. Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
What about like, did you come up doing graffiti or anything like that as a kid?
Yeah, in high school, I used to tag a lot of trains. It was kind of just like playing around.
That's like the role. That's like the way it goes. It's like graffiti.
Yeah.
And then like getting other shit, and then like you're a graphic designer.
Exactly.
I feel like.
Yeah. Like I was telling him, like when I moved in with my family, they were like, "Man, you're a fucking mess." So I'm adopted, so they took a while for them to like, you know, to kind of get used to my, you know, my character. Yeah, to understand me, you know. So I was kind of just messing around and doing a lot, and I used to get in a lot of trouble just tagging places, and I'm like, I can just do this for a living, you know, like actually do it for a profession. So it really started from that. It really started from being cool and tagging things, you know.
No, I mean, I fuck with that.
Vandalism.
I like that lifestyle. And
Yeah,
the whole, you know, that culture and stuff like that. Because I don't know, it ties into a lot of just like hip hop, skateboarding, like, you know, everything kind of together. And so
Exactly.
I totally understand that culture a lot.
I'm from Houston, so you don't really have like rivers or lakes or anything like that other than Buffalo Bayou, but that shit's gross, you know. So it's like swimming at Lady Bird Lake, you know. It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
And once I hit San Marcos, I was like, man, this is where I want to be. Nature, and then / you know, just comfort, you know.
Yeah, it's still got like the real small town feel, I'm sure, at that time.
Yeah.
My dad, I have family that are from San Marcos, so I spent a lot of summers there.
Yeah, so you know how it's growing.
Yeah, and I used to hate it when I was a kid, because like it was like, you know, I grew up here in Austin, and Austin was like the big city and shit like that, and I remember we used to go there and things would slow down, which like now that I'm older, I appreciate being able to have had that time back when I was younger. And then so I just blended everything in from that half to that 2. Now I'm just gonna kind of clean some things up and just kind of make it a little bit sharper. He stated before somebody gave him an Edgar edge up, so we don't want to make things like, I get the aesthetic he's going for. He wants, you know, clean, but not like fucking protractor clean. And the pottery scene good out here in Austin, like as far as business wise?
Dude, it's insane. It's probably better than San Marcos. Honestly, San Marcos, they appreciate it more. I feel like over there, but over here they got the more of that moolah, you know. So people are willing to throw in more money. Honestly, like it all like varies. I go to San Antonio and I make just as much amount of money I make here. So
how do you set yourself up? Do you do like markets and pop-ups and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Okay. It's markets, a lot of pop-ups, a lot of just to get my name out there, you know. Because I feel like if you just stick online, you're gonna end up like having that online business where you have to ship things. You always have to ship things. But since I'm local here, and a lot of people always just buy like, they're like, hey, I want to place an order, and they'll pick it up or I'll just drop it off. So it's kind of convenient, you know. I don't have to like ship worldwide or go to Louisiana and stuff like that, you know. So, and I have before. It just I like being local more, you know.
I get it. It's a hands-on approach.
Yeah.
People get to meet you, see who's actually making their stuff.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
I personally like doing markets a lot because I get to meet people. I get to meet other vendors. I get to meet like, you know, that's how I met Sylvester too, you know, like, you know, I probably wouldn't have met him if I didn't do that pop-up. Eventually I would have, you know, but you know, I like meeting people like that, you know, so.
And I'm just kind of just cleaning up this profile just a little bit, just to bring things down a bit, and just so we have like a nice blend on the square of the head right there.
You decided to keep the mustache?
Yeah, I can't live without the mustache, man. Like I don't care how much of a pedophile I look like. I can't live without the mustache, man.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, I have to. Like I was debating on it. I'm like, oh, should I shave it? Should I not? You know, I want to look clean, but I don't know. I definitely shave my beard. I grow a crazy goatee. Like I look like the devil, you know. Like my goatee goes crazy, but never the mustache, man. If you go to Mexico over there, that's where I'm going for the wedding, and over there everybody's like, you know, about rat tails and all that. So so it's gonna be a wild experience, you know. I'm either gonna get laughed at or they're gonna be like, damn, bro, that's sick, you know. I don't care either way, you know.
I've always done like, you know, the beachy type of like Mexico resorts and Cancun and Cabo, stuff like that. So I'm excited to actually be able to, you know, get some actual culture and see like how people are really living out there as far as like in the cities and stuff like that. I know it's a bit overwhelming from what I hear. Cisco goes, he's been once before and he's getting ready to go again, and he says it's pretty crazy. Like it's, you know, like New York times 10.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people don't really understand that, but it's a lot of work. You know, one of the best foods to eat out there, but the culture there is beautiful, man. I definitely recommend like going to like local places, you know, and trying to stay out of like that city
touristy stuff.
Yeah. Try to go out and branch out on different things, you know. Don't go too far, but you know.
You've been there before?
No, I haven't. But my mom goes there a lot.
Oh, okay.
My mom owns a resort in Tulum.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Yeah, so that's where we were having the wedding.
And this is your wedding or someone else's?
No, my brother's
wedding.
wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a baby one, so he's pretty much the last one, other than me, to get married. You know, now all the pressure's on me now. Okay. I'm like, damn, dude.
I mean, I get it. I saw some of my family when I was in Houston, and you know, they met my girlfriend a few times. And as we were leaving, they're like, okay, like the next time we hear from y'all, it better be an engagement invitation. I was like, whoa. I was like, chill out. I was like, I ain't gotta call me out like that.
I know. When the time is right, it's right, you know.
Yeah, it was like, you know, we've discussed stuff like that and plan on, you know, getting married and stuff. But I'm also like, I'm not gonna rush things to please y'all. Like, I need to chill just because y'all don't have anything to do and want to go to a wedding. Like,
for real, I think that was the biggest thing too.
We're gonna hold out.
Yeah, so I'm glad he got married. I'm like, oh, thank God, because now like, I get like a couple years, you know, of relaxation. You know, they've been. I got 5 sisters, so each one of them has 3 kids. So imagine when I go home, it's just like this.
I'll say at least they like make up the slack for maybe you not having children or like, you know, not being married. Where me, I'm an only child, so it's like my mom's like constantly on me, and I'm like, yo.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one, man.
I like taking naps at fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon when I don't have anything to do. Like you know, like let me live.
Yeah, for real.
It's cool. I definitely, you know, I had good and bad moments as a child. Like it was like, you know, definitely cool to be like I didn't want for anything. Like my parents provided me with everything I needed. They didn't have to like, you know, take care of 2 or 3 other children or anything like that. So like, on that aspect, like I was taken care of and like, had really good parents. But, there were times where like I was lonely as well. Like I didn't have siblings, when my friends weren't over, it was just like me entertaining myself. And my parents were very hard workers. So like, at a certain age, I was like raising myself like after school where I would have to be at home and stuff like that. So, it would have been cool to like have, younger brother, older brothers, sisters, like whatever it was, to like have, some more people to be around. But, I definitely appreciate growing up as an only child because it made me who I am as well,
Yeah, and I was in wrestling and jiu-jitsu all of high school too.
Oh, sick.
So I'm, and then I went to college and did more jiu-jitsu. So I was there, and my brother, I would just beat the shit out of him, dude. And I thought it was cool, but now I'm like, damn, maybe I did too. I overdid it a little bit.
I'll say you toughened them up though.
Yeah, I think
that's a good thing, man.
Yeah,
like I mean, I'm obviously sure you weren't fucking like hurting them in a malicious kind of way, but like like I personally like I've done jiu-jitsu here and there, and not too regularly, but I did Muay Thai for about 5 years.
That's a whole different game, bro. You actually get hurt from that, dude.
But I also believe that like those type of things are something that just a young male or any male should know,
I
like
agree.
how to manipulate somebody's body weight and take care of yourself as well as like with your hands and your feet too. So that's a great discipline to have been a part of, and also I'm sure you were being a little bully here and there, but it's you showed them how to
defend
take care
themselves
of
too.
themselves as well.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
How long did you do jiu-jitsu for?
Well, I did it for 4 years in high school, so I did it all of high school, and I was about to be a blue belt, and then I moved. So I kind of had to start all over, and it kind of like messed everything up, because then every shop or every dojo that I went to, it just had to start all over and over and over. So
yeah, that's a hard grind.
But it was cool because I would go in and they'd be like, "Oh, he's a white belt," and they'll roll. They'd be like, "Damn, you actually know what you're doing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I know the game."
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not ranked in this city.
Yeah. So I don't think rank was a big issue, like was a big thing. It was just like the aesthetic for me. It's like being able to maintain my body, be healthy, stability,
I mean, there's a lot of injuries that come with wrestling and jiu-jitsu.
And Muay Thai too.
Oh, yeah.
So Muay Thai, that was a big one for me.
Well, that's why, like, honestly, the pandemic kind of fucked it up for me, and that's why I stopped doing Muay Thai, because it was just like this, like, almost year break of like not doing anything besides, like, I had my friends that like did it with me, so we would hit pads together and like, stay sharp and stuff like that. But I almost had like a year layoff from it, and then like I was also like just finishing barber school at the time. Almost the pandemic had kind of like started. Yeah. And so it was like one of those things where I was like, I gotta like choose a path right now. I gotta like figure out how to like get really good at cutting hair, or
beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, or start like, gravitating more towards this, which like I knew I'm not gonna do Muay Thai professionally or make money from it, but I knew cutting hair was my money maker, and I was like, man, I can't be coming into work with broken fingers and like my ankle fucked up or my shins fucked up. So I was like, I'm gonna put the Muay Thai down, and then when I'm ready, maybe I could get back into it. But it was also one of those disciplines that like you take with you for a lifetime. Like
for sure,
everything I learned within those years, like I have to this day, and I'll never forget.
I agree. It's definitely like a beautiful lesson to learn, and you start to like know your body so well, and like you can't. Now that you have that embedded in your head, like you're gonna get back into it. It's just a matter of when.
I got a good friend of mine. He's actually an MMA fighter, and he taught me a lot of Muay Thai as well. He has a fight next week in San Antonio. We're gonna go check out.
Oh, that's sick.
But he's funny because he's one of those guys like he's like a brother to me, so I can talk shit to him like a brother. But I'm like, please don't kill me. Like I'm like,
I know, for real.
I'm just playing with you. I'm just joking.
But they're like the most chillest guys ever. I feel like the deadliest guys out there are like so chill. It's like they know they can mess you up, but they just choose not to. So my coach in Houston, his name is Jose, and his last name was my last name.
Oh wow!
So he would call me Mijo all the time. He's like, hey Mijo, come here. And I miss him, dude. His name is Jose, and he's over there at Team Tuck in Houston. Mm-hmm. And I love him, dude. He's such a good teacher, but. He taught me so much, and he was so humbling. And every time I saw him, I'm like, dude, that's what I want to be. Like
that's cool.
It's kind of motivating.
All right, we're done with that mullet part of his the fade and everything. Now we're just gonna kind of I'm gonna come back here and trim up this now so we can even that out just a bit, and then yeah, we're just easy work today. The mullets are always I used to hate them, and then I used to like, I'm used to them now where it's like one of those things where I'm like, oh, sick, like there's not much to do on a mullet.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is like, you know, I like to just wake up and get on with my day, you know.
No, I get it.
And look fresh and nice. So I think this is a good haircut for me, just because
it fits well. Like I said,
you know?
The whole aesthetic and everything. Like I think it's something you'll keep for a minute until you decide to either grow your hair out again or buzz it all the way off.
Yeah. And that's why I grew it out a little bit, so at least you can have some room to play with, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't want to just come in with a shaved head, you know? Like, you're like, what do I do?
No, we had one guy on video one time, and he came in and wanted a mullet, but like he wouldn't let me give him like a fade or anything, and it was like literally like a one length on the sides, and like it was like the shortest, easiest haircut ever. But I appreciate you giving me the freedom and the extra hair to work with by growing it out a bit.
Of course, yeah.
But I honestly think like once this gets a little longer in the back, it's gonna look super dope, just like with the whole texture of everything else that's kind of going on.
Yeah, you know, and I've never been excited to come back to a barbershop, you know, so I'm glad, you know, you're making me look fresh, because normally I go to the barbershop and I don't want to go back there anymore, you know.
So it's just mainly just getting those flyaways, nothing crazy, because you can tell like it's more just like an illusion of this like blending in, since it's not going to go with the braid. We just kind of want it just to all look a little bit even and lay down. But when you do want to cut this rat tail off, please come to me, because I really want to cut this damn thing off.
Will do, man. I'll put it on a keychain.
Yeah. We'll save it for you. We'll put it in a plastic bag. You can do whatever you want with it.
I'll let you know,
Let me cut it off.
Yeah, I'll ask the lady and see what she says.
I think it's gonna be the new mullet.
It is, man. You know, I've seen a couple rat tails out there, you know, and they're pretty rad, but you hardly ever see one that goes down to your ass, dude. That's my goal right there. Somebody's gonna be like, damn, bro. But also, I don't want to get in a fight and somebody pulls my rat tail. That's like my biggest fear. Come over here.
That's true.
The small people wrestling, does they look
Oh my god. Yeah.
They're gonna
Be careful.
Kick him in the nuts.
I know. Just pull his rat tail.
That is a scary thing to think about.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they can easily just yank it off.
And then I'm actually going to taper out his sideburns to skin just a bit. I think it'll look a lot more gnarly with the mohawk. I mean, with the mullet compared to...
Yeah, what's the difference between the mohawk and the mullet? It's just...
I would say most mohawks are going to go to like the back of the head. Like, so what I did on the side of your head would kind of meet the rat tail right in the middle right there. Yeah. Where the mullet kind of stops like right behind the ear. So it's like more just like this frame of the head is like what's being blended in.
I see what you mean. Yeah, because it's like a full hog, mullet, you know. So there's a lot of them.
No, that's what's crazy about cutting hair is like there's a lot of different terms for different haircuts, and like depending on what, you know, part of the country you're from, like, you know, certain things mean certain things, and so I'm always very...
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, I'm very, like, we got to talk about it. Like, I'll tell them, like, do you mean a taper? Like, are you from New York? Are you from California? Like, that kind of stuff. Are you from Texas? Like,
that really matters?
Yeah, I mean, I would say as far as, like, I would say the level of our clientele, because we have a lot of people that come in because they see the channel on YouTube, and, you know, they're either from another country or, you know, another part of the United States or something like that. And so I'll have to distinguish, like, what is the difference between certain haircuts just to, like, cover myself, because I've definitely, like, done assumptions on people being like, I want a skin taper fade. And so I've done a skin taper, and they're like, actually, I get skin all the way around my head. And I'm like, oh, so you want a skin fade, like you want, you know, a low skin fade. And so it's just like making sure, because, like, you know, everybody's time, you know, mine, including my clients, is, you know, precious. Like, I get some people are here during their lunch break and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right haircut, and then we don't have to do a totally different one, you know, afterwards, and both of us are here for an hour and a half, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And I love that experience because every time I go to a barbershop, it's just like, get a fade and then that's it. You know? They don't really go in full detail of like. So when you were asking me these questions, I was like, oh shit, like I gotta really think about what I want, you know?
I'm very literal. Like
that's
I
good, though.
ask a lot of questions. Some people get frustrated by it,
that's
you know. But I tell them like, yo, don't get frustrated. Like I'm not frustrated. Like, but like we're trying to meet each other in the middle and figure out what's going on with your hair here, you know?
Yeah.
Because you just told me you've come from another barber that you've been seeing for 12 years, and I'm sure they know exactly what you want every time. So it's like we got to build that relationship, and like, you know, everybody's preferences are different as well. So it's like, you know, just trying to, you know, I'm in the personally, I consider myself, I'm in the business of giving people what they want, you know, more than you know, just haircuts, where it's like I'm trying to make sure that you like your haircut, and you know, I'm listening to what you're saying, because there are some barbers that just get to cutting away and like take too much off or something like that.
Yeah, that was the biggest fear for me, man. Like I just didn't know what to expect. That's why I always grow out my hair, because I was like, this is the best thing I could do right now.
Yeah, I get it. Let's see if it pins in. Hell yeah. And then I'm not gonna like make it look too clean back here. It's just mainly just kind of just cleaning up just these bottom hairs down here. I'm gonna kind of go in a little bit just so it has more of a shape to it, as far as not fully just being boxed out. How long do you plan on growing yours for, Sly?
We'll see. I get the desire to like cut it off every now and then.
Yeah.
Does Athelia like it?
Oh my God, she's like the worst thing heard.
All right, so what we're finding out here is that women fuck with the rat tail.
Yeah.
That's what this is for.
It's not us, bro. It's the woman, bro. We're just being whipped with the rat tail. You know, we're just like, that's why they have it, you know. They whip us around.
Choke me with it.
She encouraged me with that.
Choke me with it.
Put your rat tail in my mouth.
Yeah.
This girl's a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, why aren't you covered?
My feet are, my legs are covered.
I'd be covered.
Yeah. Well, it's stick and poke, you know.
Oh yeah,
And
that takes a while.
The last thing I want is for her to come home and be like, all right, I'm ready. You know?
For sure. Yeah,
So-
I get that.
Yeah, I think it's good because, you know, if something happens, she's gonna own 90% of my body. You know. So you never know. You know. Nah, I plan on being here for the rest of my life, but you know, like I gotta really think about what I want and how I want things. You know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have like, I was following a certain like, this is the way I want my tattoos to look, and this is the style I'm going for. Where like, I definitely have a style that I like.
Yeah,
like
of course.
I have like a split. Like I like Japanese work, like traditional Japanese work, and then I like fine line Chicano, like
of course.
stuff like that.
That's like my favorite.
Yeah. And I used to like, when I first started getting them, I was like, all right, my tattoos have to have meaning and like mean something to me. And now I'm just like, that shit looks cool. Like, put that on me. Like, so I'm at that point with it. But I also have like an addiction to tattoos right now, where I've been going hard for like 2 years, and I'm trying to get a full bodysuit. So
yeah. And you see, a lot of my tattoos, I don't like. I just trade with them. You know.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people will be like, hey, I want a whole set, and I'll just trade my whole pottery for like a whole sleeve, you know, a tattoo or stuff like that. So. It kind of works out, so that's why I kind of like patiently I wait for them, you know.
Where does she tattoo at?
Here in Austin.
Okay.
No Good Tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah, but you would never think they're stick and pokes when you see them ever. Like when you look at them, they're like, that's a stick and poke, you know. So.
That reminds me of like how Anna's work is.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah. And that's how I met Anna and Shane too, you know.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him at Sly's birthday party.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I met him for the first time at Chanspecco, and we literally just hit it off like brothers. It was crazy.
What's funny, because I've been wanting to get I actually want her to do a portrait of my dog, my boy Tony over here.
Yeah, I gotta show you mine, because you have a pit bull too, right?
Fuck yeah. That's baby Tony.
I'll show you mine so you can kind of see what you like, maybe. We'll see.
But it's funny because I like told Anna, I was like, yeah, I want you to I want you to do it. And she's like, me? You want me to do it? And I'm like, you're fucking amazing at what you do. Like, yeah, I want you to do it.
She's amazing. It's crazy. She's so good.
Yeah, she's really good. I was kind of mad. I was out of town on the 13th, and she was doing like a pop-up stick and poke for the 13th.
Yep, I remember that.
And I was like telling my lady, I was like, let's go. And then she's like, we're going to Houston that day. And I was like, oh,
damn. Yeah. You know, that's why you don't rush things, because it's bound to happen. It's just a matter of when, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like when sometimes tattoos just kind of fall in place, you know, I don't try to rush them too much.
No, for sure.
And I mean, my partner, she wants to do a tattoo on me, but she wants to do a really big one, like a really big one, so she can show people she could do big stick and pokes, you know?
Yeah.
So
those definitely are time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking excited, dude.
What do you think of your first time in the shop?
Dude, amazing. I love the shop, dude. Good atmosphere, you know? Everybody seems really chill. I love the way you showed me around. Everything seems very, like, natural. Even when I came in, it was like, hey, what can I get for you? You know, like, what do you need? And I'm like, oh, shit, you know? I didn't feel awkward, you know?